The Golden Goose Marketing Campaign, if you put it into play and create it around your profit centers, I'll tell you, after using it now for over 60 years, the Golden Goose Marketing Campaign we are present to you tonight will help you have more sales, less stress, more profits, and lots of happy customers. It's easy to use, easy to understand. There's some important things that you need to own. And you're not going to have to send me an extra tip tonight or any extra money, or Bart's not going to charge you extra. But if you will accept this as worthy of your attention and putting it into play, it'll be worth lots and lots of money to you. The bigger your business, even up into the millions, these simple basics that you stay with it will keep you in business for the long haul and help you weather storms when other people are going out of business. I am really excited about presenting it to you. I've done this presentation for several hundred times, I guess now, and know that it's a good thing, and we're not wasting each other's time. So get your notepads out and take in what applies to you and make it work. We're all about high performance and low budget. I don't want to have anything to do with a marketing campaign that helps me waste money. And through the years, it's become my opinion that what we're seeing out here in the world, that 99%, well, at least 95% of all the money that corporations and businesses are spending on advertising and marketing is wasted. So we're going to address the fundamentals to help that not happen with us, so we get a good return on our investment. And as promised, and what ties into this and what I'm really excited about is later on in this session tonight, I'm going to teach you how to create and activate a raving fan customer. And you take this into your DNA and start applying it, and you'll start seeing immediate results, all positive. How to create and activate a raving fan customer. The Golden Goose, I picked the slogan up. It's well used out on the internet, but I think I was one of the first people to actually use it, because what I was thinking about was I want those golden eggs. And it's just not that golden egg I want a goose that's going to keep bringing us those golden eggs. So you'll see what I'm talking about a little bit later on. So that's where we got our title. My name is Steve Carver. I'm in Dunn, North Carolina, sitting here in my home office studio now, bringing to you my presentation number 1203. So we crossed the dozen hundred mark last week, and well on our way to 1,300 now. And thank you for joining me on my entrepreneur trip. I operate under the umbrella and under the name of the Academy of Entrepreneurs and Associates. And basically what that is you and I, folks that are keep attending these webinars and seminars, become friends, have an association, promote each other's business. But it's all about, we're here for mutual helpfulness, to learn from each other and to help move our businesses forward. I'm not a lawyer or an accountant, a tax attorney, but I am a fellow that's been in business 66 years and counting. Put in 12 hours a day and talked with customers all over the country, sold farm equipment and parts to them. Plus, I work with several entrepreneurs, several of you as a matter of fact, and one-on-one trying to help you get to the next step in your business. So I'm all about giving advice, and the first piece of advice always is get a second or third opinion before you try to make a hard decision that's going to affect your financial security or well-being of course, your personal finances, but also your business. Having someone to talk to that's been there and done that, especially in the area where you're working, is a great tool. And we're so fortunate in North Carolina to have the community college is hosting what we call small business centers. Now, these business centers are offered by state government, North Carolina state government. Small business centers are here to help you, the entrepreneur. Just because they're at the community college, that doesn't mean it's for college students. However, they are welcome always, but that's just where the offices are held and based. And in the Clinton area, Sampson County and surrounding, we're so lucky to have Bart Rice as our director of the center there. And Bart is a wonderful young man, a good family man, great Christian, active in scouting and in community affairs, and just a real positive attitude. And he's got a lot of networking ability that can help you. So we want to always know that if we're not taking advantage of the small business center and staying in touch with them, then we're not getting that feedback back and forth that can really make a major difference. So Melissa and your husband, I'll send you some information tomorrow and encourage you right away to get in touch with Bart and get a good understanding of where he is and how he can help you, and we all can work together. With our presentations, with our webinars in advance, if you pre-registered with a small business center at their pre-registration site online, Bart has already sent to you the study guides, but via email. I believe in study guides. We don't have enough time to cover all the bases for each of these core topics that we talk about. So I provide you some extracurricular reading material that applies to what we're talking about tonight. So as you are continually attending the webinars, and hopefully you'll come back for a lot more through the years, is the study guide that starts out with the number, like here it's 1203, which is the presentation number for tonight. That's an outline of the talking points that we'll be talking about. And each week you'll have a study guide that you can print out already with an outline, and that'll make note-taking a whole lot easier for you. These are Word files, so you can take the information and swap out what you want to plug in or take out and make them work for you as easy as you can. Again, I offer these to you free of charge and really encourage you to use them. So study guides tonight are, have your homework challenges listed. We don't talk about the definition of marketable profit centers because we're trying to do our business plans, mission, vision, and promise statements, a guide to how to do that, requirements, the importance of doing business as, understanding how DBAs can really help you in your marketing, save you lots of money, and really build up your business. The L and the H study guide is talking about the look and the hook. The way I approach do's and don'ts with our advertising campaigns, I call it the look and the hook. And then there's another study guide that's related to merchandising and vendors, in case any of you have an interest in actually starting a merchandising business or becoming a vendor of some type. A lot of good information there for you in that study guide. So find them. I suggest that you set up a file on your computer. Just call it your business journal or Steve's study guides, whatever you call them, but save these. Throughout the series, I'll send you probably over 100 different study guides. And if you save them, and they're good to refer back to when certain things come up and you want to use them for risk management information and or to help you answer some questions on quizzes that we'll have during the course. So tonight we're talking marketing. This is a 9-part course, and you don't have to attend all of them, or you don't have to attend but one, or it's up to you, but you're always welcome in my classes, not only to attend several courses at a time. Some folks do that. But tonight we're going to talk about marketing, and then next week on Thursday night, we're going to talk about how to find customers, how to take this information we're talking about tonight and applying it so we can find more customers. And the answer to how to find customers is always you help them find you. And if we use that simple theory, you're going to save money with your marketing and have a lot more customers come in. Then the following week, we'll be talking about cash flow in the business, and then we'll get into some technicals on bookkeeping and negotiating and forecasting. Then we'll talk about taxes the following week and selling. And then for this particular series, Bart has agreed, and we're looking forward to it. At the last session, we'll be right in Clinton. We'll go downtown Clinton and have a roundtable discussion where people can actually meet, shake hands, meet and greet. We'll have refreshments and pick up food and talk about what our biggest challenges are. So I'm looking forward to that. We're able to do that in Clinton. Got a good place to meet, so keep that in mind. If you attend at least 6 of our classes, then you'll be eligible to automatically receive a certificate of achievement. Very beautiful certificates, and Sarita Sampson is with us tonight. She is our senior member of the Academy, and she actually prints and designs our certificates for us. So we'll be looking forward to send you a certificate, but that's why I keep up with the roll, so we know what who's attending and how many times. The more you do in the class, the more certificates you may win. So the X's represents folks that are present. The O's represent nights that have been missed. So we got a good group started, and we certainly look forward to it. This is a Thursday night series. However, last week we had to go on Wednesday night. My wife was having cataract surgery, and so we had to change up a little bit. But the rest of this series will definitely be on Thursday nights, and I'd like for you to please plan to be with us, if you will. And this is primarily our Clinton-Sampson County group. So through the years, we've had probably around 5,000 people come through our classes in the Academy, and some just enjoy the classes, sit back and eat supper or attend and just take in what you like. And some are here to do business and get their business started and take this information and go for it. And we refer to those folks or those that are going the extra mile. You didn't just come here to listen about one thing. You came here to put this information in play and get your business moving to the next step. So let's talk about some of our folks that have been active during the last 2 weeks. Here's Sarita. I love your picture, Sarita. She's a virtual assistant, printer, manages a lot of different things for different people, a lot of experience. So Sarita, glad to have you with us tonight. I'm really impressed with your new logo and all the work that you're doing in presentations at Facebook. I'm keeping up with you there. Thank you for your new mission, vision, and promise statements. Well done. And remember, folks, these don't have to be really long. Just make it short, concise, and say what's in your heart. Sarita actually did 2 different varieties, asked me which one I liked, and the answer was I like them both. So especially like this on the promise statement on this bottom one down here, where our expectations are all about building long-term partnerships. And that's a theme that we use in the Academy, is the businesses we want to build are those that are built on good relationships. Here's just some samples of the different certificates Sarita's done for the Academy. And of course, she does other types of certificates for other businesses. Doing business cards. If you need some business cards printed, she'll be glad to work with you on that, design them, and help you get started with not only business cards, but also logos. She's a great designer. Sherry McQuarrie and Charlotte has been with us, and she's doing a bang-up job in her work, and she is an aspiring author. She's not quite ready to tell us the title of her book or start sharing her work, but she has been sharing it with me, allowed me to help proofread it and give her suggestions, and I'm glad to do that. For any of you that want to share information with me, it's 100% confidential. Sometimes I like to ask if I can share it with Bart, because he's my boss, and he keeps it confidential as well. That way, if he has good ideas, he can plug them in too, and he does. But good luck to Sherry. She's writing a book that will really help young folks. I'm looking forward to, hopefully by the time our series is over here, we can tell you more about it. Kevin, good to have you with us tonight. Kevin's over in Charlotte as well. Wonderful young man who has started a virtual monarch platform online. And his goal is to help new businesses and established businesses better manage all the instant information and networking that's available to us online. He's got it down pat and a good little business plan to make it work. And we're so proud of you, Kevin. If you have any interest in any of these and you want more information, just ask me over in chat and I'll link you up. Lynette Barber has been with us now for 3 different series of classes. Lynette is a professional singer, just turning professional now and turning her talents into a business. And so interested in helping her grow and move forward. She sings jazz music, gospel music, popular music, and religious hymns. A great voice. You can see her on Facebook with a lot of samples, and she's one of our fellow Academy members. So let's try to promote her and like what she's doing and share it whenever we can. If you are planning an event at your church or family or a reunion and you need an entertainer to come and help you for big and small events, then I'm giving you how to get in touch with Lynette and see what y'all can work out. And maybe everybody can leave happy and Lynette can end up with a few extra dollars in her pocket. This past week, I've been working with Angeli over in Hall River. She has been in the nails and aesthetics business for a number of years, serves the Alamance Community College as a teacher and coach in their cosmetology department. And Angeli has really been putting a good business together for herself, has an established customer base. And so looking so forward to working with her and seeing what she's been doing. She's been wide open on getting her images on Facebook. So if you get a chance, check out her presentations there. Whether you're not necessarily whether you're interested in buying products or services from these guys, from all of us, but see how our fellow classmates are presenting their images, and it's a great place to get ideas and share comments and offer support by visiting these different sites. I was especially impressed with the way Angeli went ahead and listed her menu of services. That is a must that all of us have to do before you can put together your business plan and before you can actually get out here and do any marketing. You got to take the time to let's put it in writing and so we can share it and get something going on. Angeli's done a great job with her images. Her website and Facebook pages are really full of great images. It almost feels like you can just reach out and touch those eyes, doesn't it? So good. Super talent with nails, gives great photos as examples. And I can just imagine what a great teacher she is over at the community college in Hall River. She mentioned to me in our correspondence and something that a lot of you mentioned to me, so I just want to get this out here. And it's old Steve's opinion, but one that I like to share with you. I don't want you to be in too big a hurry to go out and buy commercial real estate property. To feel like, yes, I know I need a store and I want to get started and I don't want to have to pay rent. But I still don't want you to get so deep in debt to begin with that you're tied down to the point that if you have a chance to grow some more, you can't get any more money, or your payments are so tough you just can't live and survive. I do know that a lot of entrepreneurs never have a chance in staying in business a long time because the landlords charge so much cotton picking rent. There's not enough money to survive after you pay the rent. So don't be in a hurry to get into a long-term lease. Don't be in a hurry to buy property. Make sure you work things out where that your cash flow is going to help you pay these payments and give you plenty of reserve. Because new businesses go out of business real often, real fast, lenders are not excited about making a loan to a new business. A long-term loan to a customer that has a reputation of going out of business quickly, that's just not a winning combination for a lender. And the first person the lenders are concerned about are their own butt. They want to cover their butt, so you don't have to come through really clean. So options is to rent the property to begin with, or if possible, do a lease to own that lets some of your rental money go towards the purchase price and locks in a purchase price for you. And it's important if you are leasing or doing a lease to own or renting that you build in some options for renewals right into the original contract. Oftentimes, a landlord will invite a new business to come in and on an old rough property that hadn't done anything. What you pour your heart and soul into building up this location as a retail operation, and then when your rental contract is over, they won't renew the rent to you. They got somebody else waiting in line because you've turned it into a good location, or they want to jack the price up on you a whole lot. So be careful. Talk with someone about do's and don'ts before you sign a rental agreement or a loss. Just sometimes one or two paragraphs and one or two words can make a major difference. I've seen in the last 5 years, at least 7 of our classmates, our fellow entrepreneurs, get started in the business, rent a property, and in just a few years realize that they're paying so much rent that there's not any room left to make a profit and stay in business and have to go out. That's a sad day. We do not want to do that. Please find me on Facebook. I'm listed as Anthony Stephen Carver. You'll find me, there's a lot of Steve Carvers on Facebook like everybody else, but I'm the fellow that's got the blue sky and the clouds and the sunshine in my cover. I want you to go to Facebook, get a personal page, find me, let's be friends, and then I can share information about our fellow classmates, help you get started with your marketing campaign. I'm not a 100% Facebook fan as far as sharing personal information and things like that. However, I do enjoy sharing my grandchildren's pictures on there, and I really do enjoy being able to share information that you fellow business folks have so that I can help promote your business. Again, we've already talked about the study guides. If you don't have them yet, tomorrow, when I have your email address, and it looks like I've got all of y'all's addresses, I'll send these to you with the copy of the YouTube video. I haven't mentioned this before in the series up to our 4th meeting now, but marketing in today's world through the internet, on the telephones, the videos are just taking over. And if you haven't found yourself in a comfortable position about making videos, it's time to get past it. We need videos of you introducing yourself. We'll see your faces, hear your voices, watch you walk around, put your hands on your products, and talk about what you can do. I want to see that personal video. It makes so much difference. 4 years ago, I started doing my own videos using this same platform that we're on right now, and you can do that too. You can become a member of freeconferencecallgood.com and use it just like I do the videos tonight. It's real easy. You can convert the video that you do with Free Conference Call over to a YouTube very easily and start putting your own business videos together. I have my own video channel, private channel, YouTube channel. I want each of you to have them as well. So I can speak directly, Sarita, I noticed you've already done some videos, and thank you. But Sonia and Kevin, both of you guys are working so hard, but this needs to be high on your list of getting your personal faces on these websites and running your business as if you're an individual and you want to create personal relationships with your customers. it will make a huge difference in getting people to start giving you more business if they're feeling like they're doing business with a person instead of a website. The videos do that. And my main website I'm interested in is carverequipment.com. That's CARVER equipment.com. You check it out, and you'll see how I have, and a new owner of the business really is using videos. We have a Facebook page named the Academy of Entrepreneurs and Associates. On there, I promote the different classes, and individuals on there as well promote your business and share it as we go through the years. And if you'd like for me to do more of that for you, then it's up to you to get your information to me with your videos and ask me to do that. We're just happy to do it for you. Send me the information, send me the links, send me your Facebook information, and let's make it happen. Each week we've been talking about adding a famous quote from really smart people, a lot of folks with savvy that got important things to say. So let's get into that. Week 1, Walt Disney encouraged us to quit talking about getting started and go ahead and let's make it happen. So I'm so proud of you guys because you're here, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing. Michael Ventura said there's not really a finish line as an entrepreneur. There's just mile markers. And I agree with that because I coach and I teach. Our business has got to keep rolling year after year after year. I can say that with experience after 66 years in business that you can do that. And every time you get to a new stage, you're laying down mile markers in a place that you're creating confidence, history, and your legacy. So let's think in those terms and think not only for a business that will survive, but we want a business that will thrive and go forward. Bill Gates reminds us that when we're learning now and we're in our learning curve stages, that we will learn a lot more about our business and our products and how to work with customers from unhappy customers. And I've, through the years, have found it to be exactly right. If you can take a situation that's a negative or an unhappy customer and work with them and hear what they're saying to you and learn to listen and turn that negative situation into a positive situation, there's a good chance that customer will stay with you forever. Whether you get the deal or not this time, if you leave that customer feeling like you did all you could to try to satisfy them, they will not only come back to you, but they will encourage other people to come and do business with you as well. A new one tonight, number 4, from Nelson Boswell. And I know this is right, and it's perfect for the night's class. If you will always make sure you're giving your customer a little bit more than what they really would expect, you're doing the right thing. That little bit of extra is the difference in whether you're setting into place a customer that is convinced that he's doing business with the right person. And I'm not talking about giving them extra product or extra discounts here. I'm talking about giving them a little bit more of yourself, a little bit more listening, a little bit more of talking about what's going on in the real world in their lives and how you might be able to help. In other words, when you give someone a little bit of yourself and your time and information, you're saying, I'm looking forward to getting to know you and to work with you for years, and I want you to be comfortable in giving me a call and asking questions, work through it. I make a real strong effort to do that, and I do it because I enjoy it. I enjoy it immensely, and automatically when you're talking with the customer and you open up that door, you just share with them, how are things going with you today? And show that interest in doing a little bit more than just, I want your money. Man, it just makes a world of difference in your ability to keep that customer happy for many, many years. Now, I don't give you a statement, not a famous person, but indeed I think this is important because a lot of entrepreneurs just don't know this. and they think it's somebody else's job or some marketing miracle that works. There's no one on earth. It's you and you alone that have the responsibility to tell the rest of the world just how great you are and just what a great business you got and great products you got. We have to get out of being timid and afraid to blow your own horn, because, my friend, in entrepreneurship, it's up to you to be the band. You are the marching band. You are the ringleader of promotions. So be happy about that and know you got to get in that game. Get out there on that football field like you're a 300-piece marching band, telling everybody about how great your business is and why they need to do it. Attitude is everything here, and the mindset that you're willing to do that. What gives you the strength to do that? Well, it's self-confidence, and it's you feeling good about introducing yourself and your products. So yes, there's a learning curve on how to build these talents and apply them to the situation or the area that you're in. People do different things in different areas. So what worked in California may not work in Sampson County. So we have to learn how to make it work for us here while we are. Now this is the season, primary season, right here in the middle of September, that I want to tell you that fall marketing strategy is now. Right now is when we need to be thinking about how much sales that we're going to have in November, December, and January, and put in our marketing plans like we're going to talk about later, creating them, putting them into play, funding them, and getting a timetable to release them. If you wait till the season is here to start your campaigns, you've already lost it. That's like a surfer that's trying to surf a great wave, and he never stands up and gets in the front of it. So I'm trying to motivate you here. Give that some thought. What are you doing now to guarantee you're going to get some extra business during the main marketing seasons for the holidays? It's 100 days to Christmas. That's 100 days to Christmas, so we can start counting them down now. Plan, budget, and execute your marketing campaigns. We'll talk about a lot of that tonight. So you can already see that I'm trying to be assertive, because I feel like it's my job to help motivate. Nobody is motivated until there's an assertive person in the room, so that's my job. Don't think I'm trying to step on your toes. I'm just trying to help you find the energy that you want to get your business to the next step. Your homework challenges are here. I want you to all to do your mission, vision, and promise statements. Make that list of your profit centers so you can start building your business plan. Create your Facebook business and personal pages. Get on with that. Make it a priority. Make it happen. If your job, and it is, to find the endurance to stay in the game. Staying in the game is the key, and we're right here as the Academy, a group of people that's going to give you all the mutual helpfulness that you want, so you know you're not out here by yourself. Okay, drill skills. We skipped them last week. We have 40 drill skills in your handout. I'm encouraging you to look at those. Each one of them's got a little video related to it. And the drill skills are just little tips and strategies that if you will adopt and put them into your tool belt, I'll tell you right now, it will give you lots of self-confidence, and you'll make more money. So we've already talked about 16 of them, and this week we'll do 8 more probably. So let's talk about some drill skills. Number 17, define positive cash flow and define negative cash flow. Well, that's easy to do. Positive cash flow, we're taking in more money than we're spending, and vice versa for negative cash flow. But I don't want to leave it there. Cash flow for us entrepreneurs, especially brand new startup businesses, is the heartbeat of our business. And my definition for positive cash flow is when anyone comes into my environment, when I'm in business, on my website or into my office or on the phone we're talking about, and they've got available money to spend and they're interested in what I have to offer, if I can close that deal, that's positive cash flow. But if they get away from me and leave me with my money in their pocket, I call that negative cash flow, and it makes me cry. You got to take it serious. You got to take it serious. Now, I'm not to the point that you become a maniac about it, but as an entrepreneur, business person, creating that cash flow always needs to be on their mind. They've got your money in their pocket. And if you present your case to them as take it or leave it, you're inviting them to go shop somewhere else. That's the reason I'm always talking against take it or leave it presentations. Merchandising is an art, and take it or leave it is a real bad way to approach trying to make your sales. We want to encourage the customers to talk to us. We want to offer our pricing in such a way to give them options and to make that happen. Now, we talked about this deep and hard last week when we talked about pricing. And if I'll be glad to send Melissa and Pete, I'll be glad to share with you some previous videos if you'd like to see those. Just go to the chat board and let me know over there you'd like to do that. The 3 times rule, we talked about it Tuesday. The 3 times rule is if you're unsure how to price your products, just multiply your cost times 3, and that'll give you a chance to cover your cost with the first third, to cover your overhead with the second 30%, and to end up with 30% for profit and taxes. Now, after we do that, we need to make sure that we visit the marketplace and see how that stacks up. Sometimes we may have to make some adjustments, but that's a good, safe way to start your pricing if you're new in the game. This is the first time we talked about this, and this is Steve's 27 times rule. Gets a little bit deep in the grass here, but it's not that deep, and we'll talk about it a lot this week and next week. Customers are going to miss seeing your ads, your advertisements, your signs, your promotions. Customers are going to miss seeing your stuff 2 out of 3 times, even if you've got it all in the right place and done the right way. It's just the nature of things. So that tells us that customers have to see our presentations at least 9 times before they do business with you in a meaningful way. 9 times. And that's been a rule for 35, 40 years across the business sector. Folks aren't going to spend serious money with you until they're convinced that you're the real deal and you're going to be here. You're not a scammer or a crook. So if we need to be in touch with them 9 times through emails or presentations, and they're going to miss us 2 out of 3 times, that means we got to put it out there 9 times 3 for the 27 times rule to have a good chance of introducing ourselves to new markets. And we'll show you how that works. This is all about making sure that your ads are accountable and that you're putting together a plan to see that your ads pay for themselves. And we'll talk about that too. I like to use the term in our drill skills, yes if and no but, as a really cool negotiating tool that helps keep our conversation going on. Because in negotiation, once someone says, no, I'm out of here, no, we're wasting each other's time, then you have lost that customer and the ability to close the sale right now. And that's not a good thing if you think you've got a good chance to move forward. So yes if is using the right words to help move the conversation along and keep the negotiation alive. Now, I wrote a little book on this. There's a book at Amazon called exactly that. It goes through a lot of do's and don'ts. Very inexpensive, but we'll cover that as we go. Yes if, no but, and talk about the details. So here's a big one. If you're taking notes, let's draw some circles. You have to, and I have to, keep a constant watch on the two most powerful tools we have in internet marketing. And those two most powerful tools are, number one, your mobile page, and number two, your landing pages. The mobile page is what people see on their telephone screen. And now we're up to over 80% of most all the shopping going on the internet starts with someone looking at a mobile page on their telephone. Big deal. Some people don't realize that this mobile page is not a telephone issue, it's an internet issue. And internet pages are those that are set up to be watched on laptops or desktops or cell phones or iPads. And an experienced and professional webmaster, someone that sets up websites, knows that he needs to use different formats for the different pages to show up properly to your customers. So as some of us have tried to build our own websites, not being very professional at it, we didn't know that, or we didn't know how to actually build mobile pages. So this is a place that you want to get some professional help, because your mobile page must be up to snuff. It needs to be powerful and work. With it, your website has a chance to be productive. With a weak mobile page, you got no chance at all. Let me say that again. As you're investing and trying to get the very best production that you can from your website, your mobile page is the front door for most of your shoppers. So we want to make sure we got our mobile pages up to snuff, and I'll show you how to do that. Next, once we get a customer into our website, once we have drawn them in and now they are inside our platform, we've got all different types of web pages there. We got some that are just pretty pictures or introductions or history or specifications. But if our web page doesn't have landing pages designed to close sales, pages designed to make business, pages designed to get the customer to reach in their pocket and get their credit card out and send you your money, then you're missing the boat. Your ship won't come in. Your ship will not come in if you don't have pages at your website or online otherwise that are designed and work about making you money. So all the time through so many years, customers say, Steve, I've had a website since day one. Had a website for years, but it's never made me any money, and I almost never get any inquiries. And it's a beautiful website. And I look at it and I have to agree with them. But what's missing is a salesman. Whether you're running a food store or a used car lot or a furniture store or selling jewelry at Christmas, no matter what you've got in the bin or on the shelf or on the web page, there needs to be a salesman in the room that's motivated to make sales, that's motivated to get customers to be motivated. And you do that by properly designing your landing pages. And we'll talk big time about that next week. The question is, how do we get the customers to come back? Probably a million different answers, but I'm going to tell you, I boil it down to two. Because it seems to me that 40% of the reasons that customers come back to you and do more business, and after 66 years, I can say I know a little something about that. It's customer service. Whether you've got a bricks and mortar business or online, customer service is the reason they come back to you. They found the product they needed. It was reasonably priced. They were able to navigate your store or your parking lot or your website or your emails. And that customer service brings them back because they don't want to start new adventures with people they don't know or trust. And trust is a part of the customer service as well. But amazingly, maybe you're a little slack, or maybe you're a little new or not quite experienced in all the innuendos about how to offer the best customer service. But hospitality is 60% of the reason a customer will come back to you time after time. Hospitality is the way people feel about doing business with other people. That's why giving that little bit of extra of yourself and creating first names and willingness to take a minute to ask some questions to kind of personalize this business opportunity. Hospitality. What is the warmth that you're generating? You know, this summer you go outside and you have a light on the porch at night, and the bugs were flying around and hanging in there to it and such as that. Well, the scientists say that those bugs are hanging around that lamp because of the light. It just drew them in there. But the scientists will also tell you that 60% or more of the reason they hang around that light is they love the warmth. And our customers look to have that warm, feel-good feeling as well when they're doing business with folks. And I know that each one of you will have to agree with me when I say, you know, that warm, feel-good feeling about doing business with someone on the internet like Amazon? It ain't there. Ain't nothing warm or feel good about it. It's strictly business. And it's convenient and it's fast. But sometimes we're shopping for things that we're not interested in convenience and fast. We want to talk about quality and value. And that's where you get a chance to sell yourself by being good at hospitality. We are good at hospitality at CarverEquipment.com. We make it a point and keep pressing each other to be the best at it because we see dividends every single day and have for many, many years. So let's talk about this high performance and low budget, the Golden Goose. It's kind of tricky because we look at a map of the world, and it's a big old world, right? I mean, wow, we're right here at our little old office in North Carolina, or our home, or our apartment, or our condo, or in the car riding. We're just a speck, less than a speck on a global map. So how can we hope that we can put together a Golden Goose marketing campaign as being such a little speck that helps people find us? We help them find us so we can become, we're still that little speck. But as we bring people in to help them find us, we start magnifying our effectiveness all the way down to looking at wherever we are tonight in North Carolina. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? The whole world is out here on the internet, and from China to the Philippines to Hawaii, all across America, Europe. But we can still attract people to come to our little website and do business. I'm always amazed when we're able to do that. I've been on the internet now for 36 years selling items, and I'm still amazed every day that I can have friends and customers all across the United States. And after all these years, they're part of my customer base, and we know each other by first names and understand what our likes and dislikes are. And you can build a personal customer relationship with someone with the right type of hospitality methods all over the country and have them for years. So I'll tell you something that maybe you might think is just impossible. But do you think you can take your website, just getting started now, you think you can take your website and present it on the internet, and when someone searches for one of your search terms, that you could be the first top 18 non-boosted positions at Google? In other words, you blow everyone out for 18 spaces. You got the first 18. Do you think you can do that? Well, let me tell you, you can. But it will take a heck of a lot of vision, a heck of a lot of mission, investments, a really good webmaster professional that might help you. You'll need to use a world of look and hook techniques and SEO, search engine optimization. When you put all these into play, when you put all these ingredients into your blueberry cobbler, you're going to have something really good that works. This is a screenshot of a Google search I did a number of years ago for our business, Carver Equipment, where I put in search terms and came up with the very first 18 positions on a Google search page. In our little business here in little old Dunn, North Carolina, world-class recognition on Google. Took a lot of work to get this done. Had a lot of years to do it. Are you getting started now to make sure that your ranking is going to put you where it needs to be? Now, I'll say to you right now, in all fairness, it's a lot more difficult to do this now than it was when I did it then because of Google search ads. But still, you can do an amazing job with it. It needs to be a priority for you if you're going to be in the internet marketing, is to make sure your ranking is really good. So how do you get there? You set the priorities, you learn the skills, and then you do the homework to make it happen. We're into our program now for almost an hour, and I don't want to get so convoluted and so diversified here that we lose the real fact that there's a few things that will make a world of difference in getting your marketing up and running. And in these classes, I try to load them up with as much as I can, and we repeat them, and I give you study guides. And I know that sometimes it may just sound like a lot of garble, a lot of noise. So every now and then I try to bring us back to focus on some fundamentals. So getting started tonight in your business, let's talk about a 5-star sales plan. 5 main things. First of all, you need to identify what your profit centers are. And your profit centers are how you make money. And I want you to have at least 5 profit centers. And I want sure you've got a diversification there, so with these different things that you're offering, you can have a lot of upsells or cross sales, because that's where your best profitability is. I want you to identify the date that your season starts. All businesses have seasons, whether it's holidays or weather seasons or just where you are in your growth. But identify what these seasons are and what the prime dates are that you need to be out there knocking home runs and hitting base hits. And when you get those identified, let's come up with a planning guide, starting at least 60 days in advance to start advertising to targeted people what you are trying to sell. Have it in writing what your plan is, and go ahead and set a budget for it. So then we will develop your pricing and your discounting and your targeted structure strategies that you're going after, and put the plans together, put the deals together, develop your upsells or your package or bundled opportunities. Think about it, get your pricing right. Now, last night or last 2 sessions, we talked about pricing, such as that. And this is full of information that applies to this subject, so I'll be glad to share those videos with y'all if you'd like. Okay, we got a deal to make, and YouTube videos is 90% the very best way to get a jump start on what's going on in your business, whatever the business is. Between TikTok and Facebook and just the YouTube channels, nothing in the marketplace is stronger than YouTube videos, including Google, in my opinion. And if you haven't gotten into making videos or need some help or want a virtual assistant to help you, we've got some contacts. We've got people right in the Clinton area that can do a lot of good for you and help you make this happen. So stay to yourself, please. I need a priority of getting into making YouTube videos and presenting them online and getting my own YouTube channel. It's so important for you. And then let's do it. Let's quit talking about it. Let's run and post and boost and get our messages out there. The best way to stay in business is to keep fresh promotions in front of your customers. The best way to catch fish is to keep fresh bait in front of them. And we want to catch customers. So this fresh bait, these promotions filled with videos and menus of pricing and ways that they can be bundled is the way you make a marketing campaign jumpstart your business. Now, what are the actions we want to take in this 5-star? Make sure your website is functional, mobile friendly, and has landing pages. Make sure your website is functioning. You've got a great mobile page, and all throughout the website, the pages are mobile friendly. And you've got landing pages that are working. Not only is the mobile page that home page that you see on your phone, but it's all the other pages at the website that are set up to be mobile friendly and desktop friendly. 2 different functions for the webmaster. You have to remind them to do it and ask them to keep doing it. Let's be on Facebook. Social media has hundreds of different platforms now, but I want you to be so familiar with Facebook that you always know it can be a go-to to make something happen in a hurry and easily and with no extra expense. Email blast. You're going to need a database, and a database is a long list of email addresses that you can send your promotions to. You see that I'll send you a lot of emails, and sometimes you may get tired of them, and if you are, just tell me to quit. But sending out emails with good messages is a good way to keep that customer knowing that you're alive and well and want business. Folks want to do business with hungry folks, and you keep them interested in what you've got to sell. Now, if you're only doing one thing for one group of customers, then they're going to get tired of getting the same emails from you month after month. But if you've got a good diversified product lines and profit centers and good diversified DBAs where you're naming them different aliases, you can send out tons of emails and never become boring for your customer because you're promoting different items. Sending these emails out can be quite challenging. Your biggest challenge is to collect the list of email addresses. That's going to be your job to do. But there's a lot of things you can do to make it a lot easier. But as far as sending them out on regular mailing platform can be difficult. So pretty much the business world now is going to email servers that help you. Constant contact, the monkey thing, a lot of things that you can have an agreement with this company. You give them your email list and send the information to them, and they take care of sending them out at the date and the time and the way you want it, so you can plan 6 months ahead. The folks that bought my business now, we're planning 90 days ahead on all of our promotions. Right now, they're developing the emails that'll be going out during the Christmas holidays. That gives you plenty of time to prepare and get ready. Think about that. Find other ways, find as many ways as you can to get your messages out there and help customers find you. Using the large platforms like eBay and Craigslist sometimes can really help in your business. Having your own YouTube channel with good videos on it is a treasure trove of opportunity. Customers now will tell you when they're shopping, and I hear this 5 or 6 times a week. Well, Steve, I saw your video. Hey, I was looking at the YouTube college. They're calling this wealth of information a college now. Or somehow or another, you jumped up your voice and your picture on my computer screen here on a video at Facebook. I don't know how it happened, but I'm glad it did because I got your face and your number and I recognize your voice. It's happening millions of times every day. So I'll ask you right now, just point blank. Are you still procrastinating about not getting your videos out and running? And if you are, let's get something happening. Let's get it going on. Make it happen. Now, I sent samples out to most of you with how to get your videos going, some samples about it. But if you have any questions about it or want any assistance, let me know. Drop me an email, and I'll give you some links where you can start making your own videos right now. And the best advice is just go to the same platform we're at, and you get lined up with as a member of freeconferencecall.com, no charge, and then you'll have access to making your video right on the on their platform, and it's so easy. You can name it, edit it, save it, and then once you get it, it comes down as an MP4 file, and you can take that file and upload it at YouTube, no charge, and create a YouTube video there, and then that can be mailed as a link, emailed. Stop procrastinating. Let's make that happen. So very important now. Get you a drink of tea or coffee or water. This is going to be the most important 5 minutes that I'll teach during those presentations, because I'm going to tell you how to create and activate raving fan customers. Now, there are a lot of times the customers out here. There's loyal customers and regular customers and good customers and loving customers and steady customers. You can put a lot of good adjectives on different types of customers. But the one that we want to focus on now for your long-term sustainability is that person we're going to call the raving fan customer. What does a raving fan do at a ball game? They cheer. What does a raving fan customer do in the marketplace? They cheer for you. They encourage other people to come and do business with you. They'll watch what you've got going on, and when you give them promotion because they like you and they love you and they're used to doing business with you, they'll come running. The raving fan customers are going to be there for you in good times and bad times. They're going to give you the testimonials you want. They're going to give you the information that you need about products that are on the market and pricing and maybe what folks are saying about your reputation. You want raving fan customers, and you want to know who they are and how to stay in touch with them. But you got to create them. They're not going to happen by themselves. They are not going to happen by themselves. There's some things that you have to do to make it work. And it starts out with, and we're going to be a little graphic here, planting, like you're planting out in the field or in the garden, raving fan customer brain seeds. Bliss and Peach, y'all ever heard of this? Raving fan customer brain seeds. Pretty amazing when you think about it. Yeah. How do you do that, Steve? Well, I want you to know right now that where are they hiding? They're out there. The raving fan customers are out there wanting to be converted, but you have to do the work. You're doing everything right. You got your pricing right, your marketing right, your sales are doing right, you're making some sales, but you're just not getting those raving fan customers, because when you get them, you know it. There's no guesswork about it. So what do we need to do? There's 3 steps that we're going to do. The first step is we got to plant those seeds. As graphic as it might be, if you actually taking a shovel and going into somebody's head and opening up a place in their brain that you can sprinkle seeds down onto the brain. Seeds like little Rice Krispies or seeds of rice. Can you just picture that? Well, my friends, you can actually plant that raving fan customer brain seed in your customer's brain when we take 2 steps. You have to make a pledge. You have to say words from your mouth, or has sentences in your quotation or at your website. You need to pledge to your customers, I'm going to do everything I can to see that you're 100% satisfied with our product and our services. Notice you're not guaranteeing them 100% satisfaction, but you're guaranteeing them you're going to do all that you can. And that's a big statement. When is the last time a business owner said that to you? Because you'll remember it when they do. Or a salesperson said, I'm going to do everything I can to see you're 100% satisfied. That is music to a shopper's ear because it's not being said. I include these sentences in every quote that I send out. And I send out an average of 30 a day, sometimes more, all over the United States. And our quote responses are amazing compared to our competition. And I think this is a large part of it. They know that we're serious about wanting to see them satisfied. And then we follow it up with another sentence. You're going to be so pleased and happy that you chose us that you will want to tell your friends and family they ought to shop with us as well. This sentence is just as important as the first one. You're going to be so pleased that you did business with old Steve-O that you'll want to tell your friends and family that they need to come and see us as well. Two simple sentences. And when you say these two simple sentences, it's like you're patting those seeds down in that brain, getting them ready to go to town, getting them ready to start growing and to make it happen. So important. But all we've done so far is planted those seeds. Okay? Keep that in mind. Put it in your words. Get ready to make it a part of what you're doing. And as you're doing your mission, vision, and promise statements, these are really good places to insert these ideas in your terms. That's how we're going to create the Raven fan customer, by planting those seeds. But there's one more step that we'll talk about later. So this is a graphic that one of our associate members did for us. And I'm giving that to you so that if you determine to print it off, that you can go around these edges and get ideas. Just take your pencil and go around and circle the things that maybe fit your situation. But the graphic is trying to bring an important message here. Notice the circle in the middle with all the arrows. And the arrows are representing staying in motion. We want our business to keep going in motion. We want to make our decisions in such a way that we don't create bumps in the road. And in our Golden Goose Marketing Plan, same thing applies. It's going to keep on going. See where the arrow is? It's telling us to start here. Think about that. There's a lot of things we're going to need to do. Our surveying and our market development, getting our pricing together, forecasting, stocking, sales strategies, marketing goals, media, advertising campaigns, target customer groups. Who's our best customers? How are we going to start these campaigns and make it happen? Well, let's say we've actually done all these things. We've actually done all those things. We've got those target customer groups working for us. And we're working, and we don't have a grand opening now. We're actually going to do some business and get our merchandising underway. And our profit centers are all lined up so we can say, and by the way, we've also got this and we've also got that. So we start stacking our profits and multiplying the number of sales that we've done. And we actually close the deal, take in some money, make a deposit. Our marketing campaign worked. We've got money in the bank now. And I don't call that deposit our first golden egg. Our first golden egg. How about that? Well, my friends, people that had been in business a while, new instructors, new business people will say, pat yourself on the back, job done, well done. Let's go eat a steak and celebrate. We got that golden egg. But Papa Steve-O's here to tell you, oh no, we've just got started. The marketing campaign is on just step one when you have a chance to talk with the customer. You bought them in. You bought them in like a magnet. You had a chance to talk with them, make a sale, or maybe you didn't make a sale. That customer is just as important, the one you didn't make the sale to, because they had an interest in coming in and talking to you, and you want to capture and hold on to and record the information about how you can stay in touch with all of them. Anyone that comes through, you are constantly adding new email addresses and phone numbers and information about your customers every single day. Yeah, the ones you got the deals with and the ones you didn't, they all are important to you. We will build our business one customer at a time, and we may not sell them for 9 times. Remember the 27 times rule? Sometimes we have to talk to that customer 9 times before we ever have to close the sale. But our chances of getting those 9 times is multiplied immensely if we got the contact information to be able to stay in touch with them. You see how this is working? There's some due diligence that needs to be done every way. And again, having those multiple diversified profit centers that we can say, and by the way, that's a big deal. So you got the golden egg, you've made the deposit. Congratulations. What's next? What are you talking about, Steve? We're just getting started. Well, we're certainly not at the top part of the circle, are we? We are not. Because here we go. Remember those customer brain seeds? You got them planted, and now it's time to water them and fertilize them. And you do that when you follow up with your customers. Following up is a major, major ingredient in the Golden Goose Plan. Because when you follow up after making a sale or after not making a sale, at least on your next contact, either in person or with an email or a phone call, but follow up. That's when you get to say, you know, we wanted you to be 100% satisfied. Now give us some feedback. Give me some feedback on how we can improve what we're doing, or what products do I need to add, or what do we need to do different. Hey, the magic starts right here. And I call this the magic marketing moment. The magic marketing moment in the Golden Goose campaign. And I want you to get this down so pat that you're able to repeat it to yourself or someone else right away. The magic marketing moment in our campaign is when you go back and follow up with your customer and convince them that you're doing all you can to see that they're 100% satisfied. You make a believer out of them and a trust in yourself. Because the human nature thing in all of us will say that if one party is doing everything they can on their side of the promise, well, I got that moral obligation to do what I can. And if they see that you're doing all you can to give them 100% satisfaction, they will, without any doubt, recommend you to other people. Without charging you a penny, do it with an open, thrilled heart to do it. They feel good about it because they're glad to share information to their friends and family when they think they're giving them something that's going to help them down the road with a business person that really cares about doing business the right way. That is your legacy for long-term existence. Follow up with the customers. And now we say, now tell me, you mentioned that you might be buying something else in December, or you had a friend or a neighbor or a loved one that was in the market for this or that. Now we get into your future, because this is when you get asked that questions, when you're getting that feedback. What are you going to be buying next? What do I need to do different to stay in business next week, next month, next year? And that feedback, and you're being savvy and wise enough to listen and to encourage it and apply that feedback into your forecasting and future planning, gives you the ability and the information that you need to know what's next. And that's what the Golden Goose Marketing Plan plays. That's when it's successful. It's successful when it is making sales, giving you good information, and creating raving fan customers. And in addition to that, feeding you information for you to plan ahead. So let me say to you, and very personal, I know what it is to be new in business. I know what it is to lay down at night and not be able to go to sleep because things are tough and I'm not sure I can make it another month. I made payroll on every Friday for over 60 years. And that's a lot of responsibility. Your employees are like your family, and they got families that are depending on you to come through. Over 2,000 employees through the years, that's a lot of family, and I consider them that. So all that we can do to get the information to build our business and forecast in such a way that we can lay our head down at night and sleep and feel pretty darn confident that I'm going to be all right. In good times and in bad times, my business can make it. And you have that feeling when you have a what's next plan working for you and a large group of raving fan customers. And the last ingredient that you need in this mix is to have a good mix of items that people need and a good mix of items that people want. And when you have the needs and the want type products and services, you're always able to say, and by the way, because even in the toughest times, folks have to have certain things. And if you're selling some of those things that they need and you've got this relationship with them, yeah, you'll be able to keep the doors open. I believe that with all my heart, and I'm glad to share it with you. And I hope it's sinking in the sincere way that I'm bringing it to you. Let's go light now. Let's talk about just general your marketing plan. As you're getting your business up and running, you're going to make some decisions on how to invest money. I said early on that I feel like that most marketing money is wasted. And I think that one of the reasons it is because folks that are selling advertising, they've got their plans, just like I want you to have your plan. And who now is the worst person in the world for you to take advertising advice investment from? Boy, I can make some people squirm with this because I believe it's the person selling advertising. They're there knocking on your door, good-looking guys, pretty women, great plans, great voices, selling their plan so that who can make a profit? Them. It's all about their company staying in business. So here's where we go rogue. I want you to have your plan, and you talk to these people, be nice to them, and you say, well, how can you take my plan and incorporate it with what you're offering, and we can get along? And are you willing to commit to me that after we run this first group on our calendar campaign, that you're going to help me monitor and see was it successful or not, and help me make changes to see that it is. You see, accountability in advertising and marketing is a real thing. These professional airways and publishers, they don't like to talk about that. They just want you to feel good, have a pretty ad, and feel good. We got a lot of readers, and if your pretty stuff is in there, surely you're going to be pretty too. I don't want to hear that. I want to be profitable. And my friends, I want you to be profitable and for your ads to pay for themselves. And that's what we're going to work towards. We're going to be real careful not to say, take it or leave it. The 27 times rule is now's the time to talk about it. Whether it was in 1935 or 2025, people aren't going to spend any serious money with you till they check you out. And with the internet now, they have a lot of opportunities to check you out. They can find you on Facebook. Yes, I want them to. They can find you in LinkedIn. They can see your emails. They can see your website, all your different web pages. If you got a lot of web pages, they can see you 27 times in one setting almost. But they're going to look for you just like you do. So another truth is you're good at it and I'm good at it, but folks are going to miss seeing me 2 out of 3 times. Even if I've got a billboard parked at an intersection right beside their subdivision, they'll pull up there and they'll be looking at traffic or adjusting the radio or talking to the kids and not see my beautiful sign right there 2 out of 3 times. So I've been planning my advertising, encouraging you guys to do it too, based on a 27 times rule. 3 times 9 equals 27. So when I'm thinking about an advertising campaign, as I'm encouraging you guys to do for the fall marketing season, I'll lay it out on a chart just like this. I use this chart, knowing that I'm going to plan 27 different opportunities to show my stuff to the customers. Well, when you think about it, if you're running weekly ads and you got to run 27 of them, you've eaten up half a year. 52 weeks in a year, 27 ads, and eat up over half of it. So know that this has to have some common sense approach. So I number the ads. A marketing campaign is a campaign for the long term. An advertising campaign is for short-term issues. And first and foremost, each one of us need to have a long-term marketing campaign that is concerned with constantly keeping our messages in front of our customers. We do that with inexpensive, smaller ads, but continuous banking. We keep them coming out. Least expensive way to do that is through direct email campaigns, but you need a significant database to get the message out. The next most inexpensive way to get this done is through boosting on Facebook. So there's some real cheap ways to do this. And you can put together, as I did here, an example, the 27 times plan using $5, $10, and $15 ads, different sizes, get some pictures and some color in them. All of them, though, being quality. And in this campaign, using those 3 different denominators, I'm going to spend $270. So I'm going to budget it. I'm going to budget it for this product line and make sure that I don't get a return on that investment, or I won't do this again. Hopefully I don't make some money on it. But this is going to run all the time. These are the T-shirts at the ball game where you've sponsored a Little League team, or the signage out at the local athletic park. Or maybe it's the signage on your vehicles. Or maybe it's the email money that you're spending, or your cost that you're paying your webmaster to help keep your mobile pages up and running. These are you're playing the 27 times game here, constantly sending out information. But now I'm telling you the seasonal marketing plan is here, and you got some specials that you have got to run, and you want to make sure your customers see these ads and buy these things from you. So we're going to need to have some bigger, better ads, more videos, more this and that. And these ads are going to cost us $55 a piece or $125 a piece. Might be in the local newsprint. And if we do those for 27 times, I don't spend $2,465 promoting that one campaign. Now, I've done some of these through the years. Matter of fact, I spent over $6 million through the year, maybe as much as $8 million now. And I can tell you that I wasted 75% of that because I didn't use my 27 times rule. But once we started making our ads accountable, we cut our advertising cost in half and saw our sales double pretty much at the same time. I don't have $2,465 to spend on a special advertising campaign for one particular item. You probably don't either. And if I did have it, I would say it would be a bad move. So what is this all about? I'm able to tell you now that if you have that marketing campaign at a low cost going on, that the customer already recognizes you as a business that is here to stay. And now all you have to do is to feed into your regular marketing campaign information on these special items. In other words, mix up your bigger ads with the small ones. And when you do that, as I've done it here in the example, instead of spending $2,465, we're going to spend $750, saving $1,700. A lot of people don't know that you can do this, don't know that it's a good thing to do. And the advertising executives that are going to come knocking at your door or calling you with all these big-time fancy promotional things, they're not going to mention this. That's why it's important that I do. Important that you know. It is more important to have that continuing, constant campaign going on. We're going to call that marketing. So when it's time to bring in advertising campaigns, it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg, and you can monitor it. What do you mean monitor it? What do you mean that? Well, before I talk about it now, we've already tonight, and some of you are hearing me for the first time with this, I talked about how important that 27 times rule is. But there's one little thing, one little important thing that blows the 27 times rule out the window. It negates it. It's a tool so darn powerful that it blows the 27 times rule, which is incredibly good too, away. Now, who wants to take a guess over in the chat board? Who wants to take a guess over in the chat board? What that item is that blows away the 27 times rule? Somebody type in over there what you think it might be. We talked about it tonight. I don't tell you. A raving fan customer. If you want to type in to help you remember, an RFC, one RFC blows away the 27 times rule. An example of that, Melissa, is let's say that you and Pete just love to go out to good seafood restaurants. You love a good oyster bar or shrimp cocktails. And whenever you have a chance, that's what you always order. And you've got some friends. You got a friend named Sonia over in Charlotte, and she loves seafood restaurants too. So you and Pete go out and you find a great seafood restaurant right there in Clinton, the Oasis, and you just are amazed with how good the food is and how inexpensive it is, and the service is great, atmosphere is good, and you're just thrilled that you found this place. And you can't wait to get back to the phone and give Sonia a call and just tell her about it, because you know that she will be right on down and give it a try too. So how many times does Sonia have to hear that message before she's going to come and give it a try? 27? No. 29? No. 9 times? No. 1 time. A raving fan customer can turn a customer your way with 1 sentence. That's why you want to spend all the time it takes to build your business, 1 customer at a time, and creating and watering and massaging your customers into becoming your long-term raving fan customers. We can talk about all the fancy stuff in the world, and the internet is so full of this and that and things that you can do. But building a startup business in a rural or smaller city in North Carolina, you do it 1 customer at a time that stays with you, and they help grow your business in good times and bad times. That's why we're spending the time here talking about this tonight. It's real time, it's real life, and it's right now. So get in board, get out of the stands and get out in the game. Start promoting your equipment, good looking ads. The look and the hook are telling us they need to look good and they need to have a call to action in it. We need to let people know about our shipping abilities, what we can do. Facebook targeted boost ads is one of the very best ways to start learning about this. It can be dangerous. and the meta people that now own and run Facebook. I don't particularly like the way they charge sometimes, but I have to tell you, you got to stay on top of it, but it's still the least expensive way and a good learning tool. But you keep a good look at your budget, okay? But put good ads out there. This is what our company looked like, our presentation with logos and such as that before I was bought out. The company got bought in January, and I'm still working for them. It's a good situation, but lots of good presentations and photos promoting videos and personalities, pictures, everything was there. Good pricing menus using our marketing strategies with the $99 theme. Good psychological marketing is a long, long way to make that happen. We do use Boost, so that'll be one of the first things that you experiment with when you're getting ready. Your database is in your toolbox is going to be like the big hammer. The database is going to keep your business going, so you can send out good emails. These are examples of emails that we've sent out, giving people the information they need to get excited. Pricing with good colors and ways to keep their attention. Lots of links. See down here at the bottom? Lots of links to our other web pages. These web pages send folks to landing places. When you leave that email and you click on the link, and that's what these emails are, is a group of links to send the people from the email, either number one, to give you a call on the telephone, or number two, send you an email to place an order, or number three, go to a landing page where they're going to be encouraged to place an order. That's when we stop just having a website and we start making some money. Lots and lots of links. You want to promote how good your business is, a great place to do business. You want to give them a place to click in those emails to ask questions or to give you a call. You want to remind them that you can ship nationwide. That's what you're doing. And you always want to promote veterans. Always be thankful for the veterans, because you know what? The veterans will always be thankful for you doing that. I get now, and have for more than 20 years, many calls every week from someone that says, "Thank you for your service, Steve," or "Thank you for saying thanks to veterans and first responders." That's on a lot of people's mind now. Now, the country is pretty much split right half in two, and I know that my audience tonight may be split half in two on politics, but the country is not split on appreciation for first responders, and I hope this is something you feel in your heart. And if it is, it's a good thing to promote, that you've got the courage to put something personal out there that you believe in. And there's a high percentage of folks that will agree with you on that and feel good about talking to you. Mailing plans. Sending out emails is easy to do, but I want to tell you it's important that you determine what day of the week and what time of the day that you're actually going to send your email out to your customers. Different people go to work at different times and do different things, and if we're going to send them out, I usually send out 6 of the same emails to the same people on different dates. I send them out at different times of the day. Folks that are just getting into their office in the morning at 8 or 9 or 10 o'clock and checking out their email for the first time, you know what email they see first? They don't see the email that came in right after they quit yesterday. They see the email that has just come in and then go back for the history. So you'll want to say in your mind, your targeted customer groups are probably going to be seeing email daily for the first time at what time of day. And using that logic, you'll have your email sent to them at certain times. And then you mix it up. Maybe you think with this type of tool or this product or service that you're offering, people are going to have a lot of interest in thinking about that over the weekend when they talk to their husband or their wife about it. So if that's the case and you want the last email they see before they leave work, you might want to send that email at 2:30 or 3 o'clock on Friday. If you think that people in this particular industry may don't even work on Friday, then you want to send your emails on Thursday. In other words, everything's important. Spend some time with it. Spending some time will probably make your emails more effective and stop you from wasting time and money to make it happen. Now, I can tell you, you can send out thousands of emails. I think our mailing list is over 4,000 now. And for something like a $70 a month subscription, we can send out emails as many times as we want during the month without any extra charge. Every platform has some different do's and don'ts, but it is amazingly inexpensive. And I didn't use these platforms for over 10 years because I'm stubborn and I'm old, and my grandkids tell me I'm crazy sometimes. So I thought that maybe these people would sell my email list to somebody else, or one of my competitors could get it. But through the years, I've come to have confidence that these primary ones, MailChimp and Constant Contact, they guard your information very carefully. Okay? Just trying to help. Google Ads. Up until last year, when videos just started taking over, the Google Ads were probably the most powerful, most difficult, and most expensive advertising that you would do on the open internet. Very effective, very effective. But I can tell you now that there's several things that you can do to kind of not get hit so hard with the cost. First of all, as a business person, you can have an account called Your Business at Google, which is almost like a mini website, whether you've got a professional website yet or not. If you get a My Business at Google account, it'll give you these pictures of your location and products and different things that you can do. Very low cost, and it needs to be a priority with each one of you that's having a stand-up business, okay? Get Your Business at Google account, and that is a big jump start to help you get started. There you can show your products and your services, put prices on them, and do a good job without going over to the Google Ads system where you're having to pay big bucks for each one of your advertising. 5 to 3 years ago, the Google Ads was the hottest thing going on. They were very expensive, but they were bringing back a good return. But that's gone now. YouTube videos being almost no cost at all that you can create and promote and publish is indeed the most effective advertising small businesses can use. And you can do it yourself, or you can get people to help you. I do a lot of videos. I do a video after each one of our presentations, and that we do a lot for our equipment. So I will send you some links to our YouTube channels and some of our customers that are doing it. Please make it a priority to get on board and get your own videos out there with your own channels. Now, this is a slide that's not here, but it needs to be, and I want you to make a note. The Google Ads, the search terms, the videos, all were so very important and still are, especially the videos. But there's a new player. There's a new player in the game, and I don't think anyone else is teaching this, but I want to share it with you because I already see in my business how important and effective it is. And that is AI, artificial intelligence searches. When you put in a search term at Google, and maybe you haven't tried this, but if you haven't, do it tomorrow. Put in a search term and ask a question about the product. And then go up to the upper left-hand corner where you have the option to click on that long bar of images and news and different stuff. On the left-hand side, it says AI application. Go over there and click on the AI. And you'll see whatever the search term that you've typed in, there's going to be a lot of information about it. Now, here's the secret I want you to know. If it's your website in the normal text on web pages, not in images, but the text, the sentences, the paragraphs, the general information that you have listed, AI is seeing those amazingly, much faster than Google. These huge supercomputers are picking up the search terms from your text on the web pages and putting it right over at the top of your search page in the AI column. Therefore, a customer that's searching for your homemade honey from Sampson County, and they type that in, the ads will come up after the AI information, but the AI information is going to talk about you, your address, your website, your links, and your honey. It's going to pick up this information that was in the text on your web pages, and therefore the shopper is going to get 100% dose of your message ahead of everybody else that's out here trying to buy ads. It's a big deal, and it's going to turn marketing experts upside down, because now you and I don't have to pay to get that exposure we had to before AI was active. And I'm really excited about that. So think about it. Let's figure out how to master it and really get your messages out there. What's your story? Your marketing and your advertising needs to tell a story. It just doesn't need to be bricks and mortar and specifications and a price. When you tell your story about the way you feel and the way you think, the way you act, the way we behave, your customers feel like they're working with a human being. The more of that you can put those good stories in your presentations, the better off you are. Sharing pictures that they don't expect to see, showing some history of you, some experiences you had, or maybe what your customers are doing, real life slices of life, I like to call it. That's a good thing to do. It sets you aside from other folks. I owned and operated a large mowing company for 12 years, mowing over 3,000 apartments a week all over the state. But I had my first mowing experience pushing a lawnmower just like this fella, and I talk to people about it and show them this thing. Become a human being. Folks want to know that you know what it is to have sweat or to have worked up. Talk about your marketing experience or how you got started. Give them a chance to know that you are a human being and someone that they'd like to work with for years. Show them the pictures. That's why I'm asking you all to send me your pictures and tell your stories. And I'll kind of get into helping promote you, and the rest of you can do that as well, just like I did at the beginning of the season. I like a story like this one, or one that you can take a photograph and build a story around. What's the story here? We've got an entrepreneur sitting out by the highway in the shade selling eggs, 50 cents a piece. And it looks like he sold several dozen, but he's got several dozen left. My mind goes to this. I can see a BMW pulling up and a lady dressed to the nines walking up there and coming back here and saying to this gentleman, I see you got some eggs left here. I'll tell you what, I'll buy you out if you'll sell them to me at half price. I'll take everything you got. I want them at half price. Wow. What do you get out of that? We are going to be buying and selling. We don't have to purchase everything that we sell. And we're going to need to know that people are out here, just like this gentleman, doing the best they can to make a living. That lady came up and made him a good offer, and maybe it was perfect for him. He was able to sell out, and he was really happy. But her intent, in my opinion, was, I'm all after that all-American dollar. I'm cheap, 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 and if I can't save some money and buy it cheap, I'm not going to buy it. So I don't make the seller a ridiculously low offer, clean him out, and I don't get a good deal, and he can go home. But he's going to go home with one pocket empty. Or a whole different picture may have been said, look here, my friend, I'd like to just buy you, add all these up at 50% and let me add a little extra tip on there for you for being here, and we both have a good day, and I'm still getting a great deal. Legacy is going to tell you when you're buying and selling that you're either a giver or a taker. And you can take from people a certain number of times, and then they're not going to be around to do business with you, or they're not going to want to do business with you. But if you're giving of yourself and letting some people make them a little profit, those same people will let you make a little profit one day, or the word will get out. Keep in mind right now, as we're talking about marketing, the messages that you send in your marketing presentations, tell people that read between the lines, and we all do it. Are you a giver or a taker? What are you saying to your customers? What is your story? Now, right in Clinton, we've got some great entrepreneurs and even more on the way. We got one right downtown at Simply, North Carolina, Simply NC. Bachelor there is doing a great job with her 2 stores right downtown. And so you don't have to go far if you're in Clinton to find some wonderful entrepreneurs. Basics. Marketing is like salt. It will keep your business in business. It is a preservative. You want to have a long-term marketing plan that you're funding all the time to keep your name in front of the people. When it's time for special promotions, we're going to call that advertising. That'll be like pepper. You don't use too much pepper on everything. It costs a little more, and there's a time to use it and not to. So think in terms of marketing to keep your long-term message out there. And when it's time for advertising, we're going to remember that advertising is a part of the marketing pie. And when you're doing your business plan and your budget, it's the marketing plan that's got to last a long term for you to get that return investment. Marketing long term, advertising short term. Big deal. So what are you going to start doing today? What are the priorities you're going to set to move your business forward? 1, do your mission, vision, and promise statements. It will have you saying to yourself what you want to achieve and what you want to do. And when you put it in writing, you can share it with your customer base, like Sarita helped us do today. Make sure you've got a cell phone number connected to your business marketing, because the more and more people, I mean big time multipliers, folks are wanting to do business with text messages. You want to make sure that you're getting those messages. Next week, and I sent you some information on it today, the DBA, the Doing Business as Alias, is a marketing tool where you can name your particular product lots of different titles, because people call certain things lots of different titles. And when they search for it on the internet, if you have your presentations there to capture them with the DBAs, you're going to be cool. You'll be doing something the competition's not doing. I want you to have that menu of products and services and share it with us so you can start sharing it with your customers. Every day we're going to get asked the same questions over and over and over again. That's part of being in business a long time. And if you start now, young, making a list of those frequently asked questions and put a really good, cool, smart answer under it, and make that just part of your natural reaction when someone asks you something, you're going to look really good. And you're going to offer answers that people want. And when you take that list and you present it in your promotions and your advertising and your emails on your web pages, folks are going to see that and they're going to say, holy moly, Pete is smart, man. He already knew what questions I was going to ask and has already answered them for me. That's a feel-good thing to do. And also, if you're bringing in new employees, you're able to give them those answers to those questions, and it makes them look really good too. And the new employee is telling the customers what you want them to hear. If you have an internet presence, congratulations. If you don't have one, it's time to get it. Send me the links, do your different presentations. I'd like to see them, and I'll share them with the fellow classmates. Your internet presence is all about your platforms that you're working with, your mobile pages. Remember, what do you look like when someone's coming for you? Your marketing message needs to bring to the customer, I've got options for you and pretty much everything is negotiable. Do you have those business cards yet? That's the cheapest first marketing tool to have. Send me a copy of your cards. If you don't have them yet, Sarita can help you make them. Here's one of my cards that I used to use when I was the owner of Carver Equipment. Do brochures as soon as you can. That's a great way to promote your products. Next week, we're going to talk about targeting customer groups as a major tool for not wasting money. Practice your introductions. One of the things I'll challenge you to do is to do an introductory video. And I'll send you some samples of what some of your fellow classmates have done. It's very easy to do, but you need to get started with it. Notice how I started out the presentations tonight, and I'll do that each week. Have these introductions and have it kind of patted down with good backgrounds and such as that. You can do it. Start your marketing now. How to price those products. Get your services out there. We figured this last night. So do you remember Bubba Blue? I'll close here with him. Bubba Blue, anybody remember this face? Where did you first see him? Well, I first saw Bubba on Forrest Gump's movie, right? He was Forrest's good buddy when they went to Vietnam. Ended up not making it. But what Bubba did during these movies, and I probably watched Forrest Gump at least 20 times by now. I think just a lovely story. But the story of Bubba here has a lot to do with what we're talking about tonight, because he was the first person that I realized that was a master of DBAs, doing business as. Because he said to all of us, DBAs are important because I'm going to be in the shrimp business, and whoever likes shrimp can find out what they're looking for with me. Remember when he went through all the different ways that you could fix shrimp? Pineapple shrimp and shrimp salad and shrimp stew and pan-fried shrimp. He listed them all. The message here for us is, whatever you're selling, be specific with it in the DBAs, and then have a web page that is named the specific DBA. When you set those two tools in place, the shopper out here in the whole world that's shopping for shrimp soup is not just going to go to Google and type in shrimp. No, they're going to type in shrimp soup. And if you are the smart, intelligent, savvy entrepreneur that was cool enough to have a web page named shrimp soup, ha ha ha, here's that customer coming at you, man. Faster than everyone else in the world selling shrimp, because you were cool enough to have a shrimp soup page. And when they got there, it was a landing page, and you were ready to make a sale with pricing, availability, more information. That's how we do it. And it works. And it can work for you. I'm wrapping up now. Next week, how to find, attract, and keep those customers. Remember what the magic marketing moment was in the Golden Goose Plan. The magic marketing moment is when you follow up after making the sale or after talking with a customer and letting them know that you are committed to their 100% satisfaction and you are trying. That's when you convert a good customer into a raving fan customer, because they see that you're serious. And that seriousness triggers in their mind, well, you've lived up to your part of the bargain. Now, I can, in good faith, recommend you to people that I love and know, because I think you're going to treat them right. It's old school. It's ancient school. And I know in this world of AI, it may seem archaic. But my friend, it's the raving fan customers that's going to keep us in business. It's the raving fan customers that kept people running during COVID when so many others had to go out of business. Those that had that strong base of regular raving fan customers that stayed with them through thick and thin, that's why they're still in business. So thank you for staying with me. I appreciate all of our new guests tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing you often. And if you have any items that you want me to send to you or information I can share, just go right there to the chat board and type it in. I'll leave that on for a while. And I'll send you emails tomorrow, or if you want to, give you a call. Bart, I'm glad you were able to join us back. We've had a pretty interesting session tonight. Would you like to make any comments?
Yes, I know a lot of you are not in Sampson County, but for those of you who are, I put my email address and my office phone number in the chat. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out.
Very good. And those of you that are in North Carolina who would like us to help you get in touch with your small business center, we're glad to do that. Just say, hey, put me in touch with the people I can drive over and talk to and set up an appointment. And we're happy to do that. We're all here for your success and look forward to working with you. Any comments, anyone? We'd love to have some feedback.
This is something I would like to say. Every time I join this class, I learn more and more. And I got some things I'm sending to you, and I really appreciate you, Steve, for supporting small businesses and your passion that you've had for years and years. We really and truly, I think I can speak for everyone, we really and truly appreciate everything that you're giving to us. We receive it. Your legacy will continue on through. Thank you so much, Steve.
Well, thank you, Sonia. And I hope you have a great weekend this weekend and look forward to seeing you next time around. Melissa and Pete, it was especially good to have y'all with us tonight. And I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and we'll look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you very much. This was very, very informative.
Some feedback along the way, aren't we? All right. So y'all take care. God bless you. Have a great weekend. We'll look forward to seeing you next Thursday. Take care and good night.
Good night, and thank you very much, Steve.
Yes, sir.